It was an exciting opener of the series yesterday here in Raleigh, in which the NC State Wolfpack were able to take game one and put a chink in the armor of an ACC contender, the 13th ranked Virginia Tech Hokies game. Both starting pitchers, really a big story. Maxson loads up on another. This one's going to drop into the outfield, and it's almost snagged by Ellie Goins, but it pops out of her glove. And on first base is Emma Ritter. That was a good play out there in center field from Ellie Goins. She had a solo shot in the last half inning that made it only a one-run win for NC State. Maxton taking her time with the delivery, throw down to second base. Hassler never got up from her knees, and the ball ends up into the outfield and under the glove of Marbury. Ritter's on third base, and just like that, you can see the base running prowess of Virginia Tech. 3-0 pitch to Addie Green. She's never thrown a strike. It'll put a Hokie on each corner. 1-1 count here for Maxson. Would do her well to get ahead, particularly with base runners in tight spot. Hannah Goodwin, is that in time to make the double play? Ooh, and it was tailor-made for Hannah Goodwin over there at third base.
With tons of spin, if she can do that, she's going to get that little bloop, that little pop fly.
1-2, 2 outs here for Maxson and the Wolfpack. Hit well into the outfield, finds a soft spot, and Taylor Ensley's going to have to run and chase onto it. Coming around now is Addie Green. She's in safe at home plate, and Bree Peck has a single or an RBI, and she's on second base.
And you've got to give her credit that she was able to pull it where she was. Now again, it's one run, not that big of a deal. So that's how important that one out at third base was.
Maxson not able to find the zone. What went right in that first pitch that didn't go so company? Only one run in this inning would be a great outcome. 3-2, back up the middle, and Maxson can't get onto it. That'll bring another around here. Peck is owned safely, and Hassler can't go down to second in time. Cameron Fagan's on second base. The Hokies tack another one on.
With 2 outs, and so you don't have a chance at home there if your going's in the outfield. So that play is at second base instead of giving up second. So now you got second and third instead of first and third. And I think that's going to become important, is eliminating base runners from advance in this first inning. Eliminate the damage here for 3 runs.
This one's hit well deep into left center field, and it's out of here. Maja Loco tacked 3 more on for the Hokies, as they have opened up a can of offense here in the top of the first.
I love how aggressive she was. You saw just with that swing right there how early she was. She kind of had to slow her hands down, but she stayed through the ball long enough to get it right over the fence.
And then Loco sends one over the wall in left center. Right back up the middle. Potential play here for Marbury. She lays out for it, but didn't quite get it into her glove. And a good effort there from the shortstop, but in one spot, it's been right back up the middle and then over the wall. This would be an ideal out for NC State. They do end up securing it, but it's 5 runs for the Hokies in the top.
She has, and she throws in the upper 60s, bottom of the zone.
Tori Ensley, didn't take long for her to
get the second out of the last inning. And when you have that and you have somebody who wants to win that bad, now you don't just have it in 1, but you have it in 2 in the sisters.
Put it over the plate. First and second, just like that for NC State. It's hit well to the right fielder, Corey McMillan. Be a faux tag up from Tori at second base. So a good quick out there for Virginia Tech. And though
consistent, and so that's going to be, she got to hit the corners.
Mazzarone faces Amanda Hassler for the first time, and right back to the first baseman. Michelle Chatfield makes the catch and gets the play on first base as well. That's State to make a pitching swap to Aisha Wexelman. They do get a quick out, but Virginia Tech, man, with their approach, it is just quickly putting balls into play, and Emma Ritter is obviously nice for Coach DeMore as well. Ritter takes off towards second base. Better throw down from Hassler, but a great jump from Ritter on first, and can add another to her tally. Only a 1-run win for the Wolfpack because of that solo shot. Now with a chance to bring a runner around. Full count. Did she go? It's in the dirt, and Hassler still looking for it. Ritter will take third base in the meantime.
Your next game is your new opening season, and I thought that was interesting. because we all do that. We all start to get tight because we want to get that next win. But he talks about it not being quite like that.
And Tori Inslee makes her first mistake out in left field there, misjudged a ball that was riding the line out there in left field. And
See the wind, it was really, really high. And I don't know, I mean, for her to miss it that much, I'd like to say that the wind was probably played a factor into it.
another 1-2 count here for Wexelman. Does get Peck to commit, going around. Peck chased a high one, and Wexelman gets a big first out for the Wolf with a 3-2 here. Only one out on the board for NC State. That one gets outside, and what an outcome for Virginia Tech. Tori McMillan, the Radford transfer, she did. Virginia Tech is up 6-0. It's a 5-run top of the first. They've added one more here. This one's hit well. Tori Inslee's going to have to make a play on it in that exact same corner that she was at before. This time she tracks up onto it well, but a run is going to score regardless for the Hokies. That's Addie Green who tapped.
It's going to lead to a competitive game, even though the score doesn't seem like it right now.
3-1 pitch to Luco is too high, and that'll load the bases up once again here for the Hokies. It's a force at any base. Here in Raleigh getting some really some support for their team. Right back up the middle, and that's going to score 2 at a minimum for Virginia Tech. Play at the plate, not in time, and slides up safely does Corey McMillan to bring the second around. What kept them in that game was the small stuff, and so far they've let the small stuff kind of get in between them here. Haley Lambrecht can't scoop up onto that one. They'll go home and not able to apply the tag in time. That's heads-up base running there from Maija Loco, who came all the way around on that infield play from second base.
When that happens and you let the ball eat you up like that, they're going to score all the time. And if you see right there, she kind of just misplayed a little bit, and then the runner's able to score, and that's what they were not doing yesterday.
0-2 count here. Wexelman does find the corner and sits down Emma Ritter. It is a big-time 5-run spot once again.
It's out there. I don't think he was too happy with the play yesterday, and I think this was his effort of giving other people some playing time.
And a good one comes up, and it's 1 pitch, 1 out, and that's a trend that is continuing from. Mazzarone loads up on another 1-2. Goins puts it in play, stabs at it, does Ross, and pushes over. That was hot out to the 1 out at shortstop. She was able to get underneath it just in her hands and, let the lineup do what it's going to do. She will make changes. Even when she goes and wins games, she still makes changes. Raper hits this one well. It's popped up to center field, and more of the same from the Hokies. Nothing going for NC State offense for Virginia. Addie Green has been the definition of stoic through her first couple of ABs. This time she stays more aggressive, hits one well. Ellie Goins tracking back, no chance. Addie Green catches all of it. She says, the heck with a walk, I'm going to send it over the center field wall. And the Hokies tack on another. It's 11-0 here in Raleigh.
Her 8th home run of the season, and again, just stoic. She stayed so consistent, and as you can see, that ball left middle out, belt high, and she just took advantage of that.
Well, Virginia Tech, for how good they've been, it's really a lack of her quality of pitches. They're being put in good spots. They're just hitting the ball.
And that's what's going to happen.
And that one caught Aisha Wexelman in the finger. It loads up on another. That one ends up going off of the toe there of Peck.
I took it off, and that's when I got my one hit in the eye, was because I just lost it in the netting.
This could be a good out here for NC State. Kaylee Lambrecht, she hit it straight into the shift. Bree Peck will
knows exactly what that umpire is calling and where that zone is.
3-2, big swing and a miss there from Corey McMillan. Finally catches some air underneath her swing, and a big second out comes for the Wolfpack. And for NC State and company, that will certainly take it. This one's hit well, deep into center field. Staring at it as it gets over the wall is Cameron Fagan. She knew it was gone. Her 8th of the season, a couple more come around for the Hokies. 13-10 here in Raleigh.
And that's what we talked about yesterday. The key to winning was keeping the ball in the to walks, to miscues defensively. And look at her. She knew right away that ball was a no-doubter as soon as it left her bat.
No chance for the outfielders. One of the keys that we talked about in the open for you, at least Miranda, was that it's, keep the ball in the ballpark, and at least really stunned NC State through the first 3 innings. This one's hit well. Once again, caught a good piece onto it as Loco. Ellie Goins is back on to make the catch out at the warning track. 3 more on to the tally of the Hokies.
I think NC State can really use this opportunity just to get ready for tomorrow.
Nice stab from Anika Ross out there at shortstop, makes a quick first out. Lambrecht made good contact onto it, but
about how do you divide the innings, and he's like, I don't even have to worry about that anymore.
Elena Smith chops one, was looking for a soft spot out in left field, but Addie Green was there in time, and what a unit this defensive side of Virginia Tech has been so far. Talked a lot about their offense, but when it's been NC State's offensive AB, she put one into the outfield. And at a bare minimum, they're making contact. Virginia Tech makes that play. That was Cameron Fagan who strides over to make it, who took the first game of the series. And Virginia Tech has come out in this one and has just jumped all over. Nice play there out and right from Taylor Ensley. I think that's all the time, and also it's obviously a mental workout as well, because you're constantly thinking about what's happening on base, and really you're the general in that situation. Big time strikeout there for Kayla Feckel. Payoff pitch part 2 here for Feckel. Ritter swings and misses on it. Big rise out of Kayla Feckel, and what an inning for the freshman. 13-0 still your score, but NC State gets a good 3 outs. Just shows you the approach there of NC State. They are coming up and hitting anything that's close. That one's hit well by Taylor Ensley. A line drive that's going to bounce off the wall. It was over the glove there of Corey McMillan. And on second base is Taylor Ensley. That's a piece of hitting that could jumpstart the NC State dugout. Nobody out. Taylor Ensley's on second base. Sykes is ready to go on second base. That one gets away from Mazzarone, and Aldridge can't find it. Eventually does get eyes on it, and Sykes will hold off at third base. And now, only 1 base away is a potential run here for NC State. Marbury awaits the 2-2 from Mazzarone. It's right down the middle, and Michaela Marbury sees that one by for the first out for Virginia Tech. Pretty placement there from Mazzarone, just went straight at and testing the NC State batters. Hassler puts it in play. That's going to score a run. So Hassler brings one around. NC State breaks the ice here at 13-1. Nadia Sykes comes home from.
Sometimes you just feel it, and sometimes as coaches you can just be a little too cautious. You can be just a little too cautious, not wanting to get that last out at home. But great read and great.
Inside. Wonder where Mazzarone goes with here on the payoff pitch. 3-2. Goins taps it right back up the middle. Mazzarone calmly makes the play over to first base. 13-1 as NC State does get one back courtesy of Amanda Hass. It's an innovation of softball. Thoughts, Miranda?
I love baseball, so, I don't mind the pitch clock. I think sometimes when open, and I think that's just in an effort to keep her in. Marbury
makes the play over at first. She thought about it a little too much there at short in order to turn 2. Here to Bree Peck. Lambrecht comes to the far side of second base. Hannah Goodwin makes the stab and catches it out of the air. That's a couple of pretty plays out there on the hot corner for. Runner on second for the Hokies. Hit well past Elena Smith on the first base side. Laying out to try and make the play was Nadia Sykes out and right. That'll bring one around for Virginia Tech. Addie Green's at home. Another run on the board for Virginia Tech is off the bat of Corey McMillan. Put it in the heart. Tori Hensley over there to make the catch for NC State, and Kayla Feckel motors through another inning. Only 1 run for the Hokies in that half inning. Right around the corner in Phoenix. Katie Raper will take one off of the arm and stands on first base. The women's run comes to an end last night to change up as well.
Yeah, she pitches in the mid-60s. She's going to use a curve to both sides of the plate. And great strikeout right there, especially after hitting Raper with the first pitch again.
And again, it wasn't from a lack of NC State trying to hit the ball. They made good contact with it. Elena Smith is rung up on the outside half, and a big-time second out there for Grizzard and the Hokies as they're one away. 2-2 inside half, rings up Tori Ensley, and NC State unable to do anything in this final inning. The Virginia Tech Hokies even this series up at 1-1 with a demanding and commanding 14-1 win in the second game.
Yeah, what a game. I mean, again, a lot of offense for Virginia Tech, not much for NC State. And I think this is a great opportunity if you're Coach DeMoore to say, hey, way to respond. Now we need to do it tomorrow. We need to have a clear, clean slate.